We are live. Greetings, my brothers and sisters, wherever you are, all over the world, whether in Nigeria or in Nigerian in the diaspora. I bring you a warm greeting right here in Jefferson City, Missouri, USA. You know what it is? It's Constitution Tuesday. It's Nigerian Constitution Know Your Right, or Nigerian Constitution On Your Right and Your Right. A weekly show, a weekly program powered by the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria, GCSDN. It's a program that educates our fellow Nigerians, wherever they are, whether in Nigeria or outside of Nigeria, to understand the content of the Constitution, to understand what is enshrined in the Constitution in respect to their rights and what they deserve as citizens of Nigeria. And we want you to understand it better so that you can be able to fight for your right. Because if you do not know your right, it's impossible, if not very difficult, to fight and stand for your right. That is the essence of this show. Every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Nigerian time, 3 p.m. US Central Time, or 4 p.m. US Eastern Time. I'm happy to be with you here tonight. I'm happy to be with you here every Tuesday. Welcome to the show, and I hope you enjoy the show. As always, please do not sit here and just watch the show alone. Invite your friends, invite your families, invite your neighbors, in short, even invite your enemies. We want everyone to come and learn. We want everyone to come and understand the contents of the Constitution so that they will understand it better and empower themselves to fight and stand for their right. Hence the topic for today's show, Stand for Your Right. It stems from Section 46 of 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. As you already know, if you have been a regular on this show every Tuesday, you know we have been in the series of the fundamental rights of Nigerians. And we say we have 14 fundamental rights, and these 14 fundamental rights as Nigerians is found in Chapter 4 of our Constitution. And this Chapter 4 covers Section 33 all the way to Section 46. And we have been touching and learning on the content of those sections. And as of today, at this moment, we're going to be concluding our journey in the fundamental rights of Nigerians. And that means we're talking about Section 46. This will wrap up this series, and hopefully by next Tuesday we'll start a new segment or a new chapter of the Constitution. And guess what? Someone special, or someone you know, if you're a regular on this show, you already know this person, is going to be my guest today. He was here 2 weeks ago. Barrister Joseph Baikio, and he has been amazing in teaching us. So welcome to the show, Barrister. Please
thank you very much.
I know you're a regular, but there's some new people that come to the show sometimes. So just say hello to everyone and tell them who you are, what you do, and before we dive into the show properly.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Dr. Ikeh. My apologies that I couldn't be with you the last edition. It was due to some unplanned situation that arose. Like you all know, I'm Joseph Temdo Bajo. I'm a legal practitioner based here in Benue, Nigeria, and I'm also the secretary of the Nigerian Bar Association, Makurdi branch. So thank you very much for having me once again.
Thank you very much for being here, Barrister. It's always a pleasure to have you in the studio. I'm happy to have you here today, and I hope we're going to educate our audience in Nigeria and outside Nigeria about our law as we conclude this series of fundamental rights. So tonight we are concluding the series of fundamental rights, and I think the barrister actually preempted this this section 2 weeks ago when he was explaining some concept. He preempted it when he said that when you feel like your right is being infringed upon, you can actually take appropriate action, and that is what Section 46 is all about. So that is what we're going to focus on today. And before we go further into the discussion proper, I'm going to read the comment section as we welcome those in the comment section. And I always encourage the audience, use the comment section, comment, send your greetings, send your regards, and ask questions. Questions are important, and also make your opinion known on whatever we are discussing, the topical conversation. Bring in your opinion, bring in your views, because this show is supposed to be interactive between myself as your anchor and between the guest in the studio and between whoever we may have here, maybe a Nigerian out there who want to come and hear their views. So also use the comment section and just hear your views and be part of the show, and so that we can make it interactive and fun. Okay, let's read in the comment section. Here is channel for emancipation for free Nigeria. Nice channel. Greetings everyone, my brother. Thank you for your great service to your country. Yes, thank you very much. Channel for emancipation for a free Nigeria. I love that channel. Maybe I'll check out your channel later on and see what you're about. Rita English. So good evening, everyone. It's nice to have the opportunity to learn again today. Thank you, Rita. Thank you. You are a regular in the show, and I always love reading your comments. And I would like to hear your opinion as we continue the conversation. Rada, Rada, just put the dot, dot, dot. Rada, is that a greeting? What language is that? I do not know. Nurse, Malachi Opera said, hello, doctor. Hello, Malachi. Thank you for coming to the show. Great to have you here again, Barrister Joseph, and of course, Dr. Edmond Ikeh, our regular host. Yes, I'm happy to have Barrister Joseph. We always have a nice conversation whenever you come to the show. So thank you, Barrister Joseph, for making yourself available this Tuesday. I think that's all the comments we have for now, and I hope more comments will come in as we proceed with the show. So I yield the floor to you, the good barrister. The topic for today says stand for your right. Stand for your right. So standing for your right is very important. It's important for Nigerians to stand for their right. That is actually the essence of this show. The essence of this show is to encourage and empower Nigerians to stand for their right, and by knowing what their right is, so that they can stand for it and protect their right. So over to you, the barrister. What does it entail to stand for a right? What is the legal backing for it? And I can ask you more questions when you start with that. Unmute yourself. I think you're muted on your end.
Sorry. Yeah, thank you once again for having me. And like I earlier said, I was supposed to be on your show last week, but I was unavoidably absent. My sincere apologies. Just like we've been discussing, and just like you know, the ground norm, which is the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, has given every Nigerian the right, as contained in Chapter 4, the right to life, the right to liberty, the right to freedom of expression, the right to acquire property, the right to dignity of human persons, the right to own property, and so those the numerous rights we have, as from Chapter 33 down to down from Section 33 down to Section 46 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which is the import of Chapter 4 has given that inalienable right, those rights that you cannot separate from any human being in Nigeria, the liberty, the guarantee to enjoy those rights. Now, infringement of those rights could range from threat to life, deprivation of freedom, violation of human dignity, compulsory takeover of one's property without acquisition. It could be unnecessary police brutality. It could be any of those which can come from an individual. It can come from government, from a government agency, or it can come from law enforcement agency, or it can come from a corporate organization. So you know that once any of this is infringed, what next? You ask yourself, so what next? Now that my right to liberty has been violated, I have been unjustly detained, I have been unjustly, my dignity has been violated, my right to life has been threatened, my liberty has been threatened, my property was compulsorily taken over without the necessary compensation, my freedom to expression has been, freedom of speech or association has been deprived on all of that. So when this happens, what do you do next? Again, the beauty of it is that Section 46 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has given us an opportunity to say, once your right is about to, underline the word about to, or is likely to be infringed, or has been infringed. So you don't have to even wait until that your right has been infringed. Once it's about to, or is likely to, or even has been infringed, then Section 46 gives us the opportunity to seek redress in the competent court of law, either in the federal high courts or in the state high court, as the case may be, to seek for redress, either in a way of compensation, or by way of seeking for restitution, or by way of seeking for damages for the right that has been infringed. And the beauty, the good thing about this Section 46 is that in law, there are certain subjects of law we call sui generis. Sui generis, they are different. They are different species of law. And fundamental right is also one of those sui generis cases we have in the country, meaning there is a unique subject of law that is governed by its own enforcement procedure. So we have the Fundamental Right Enforcement Procedure Rules of 2009, which has given the liberty to anybody to seek redress. And the essence of that rule, the major import of that rule, or the major advantage of that rule, is to give accelerated hearing to any issue of fundamental rights breach as guaranteed by the Constitution. So I just leave it at that for now, and to say that by way of summary, yes, our rights are contained in Chapter 4. Again, that Chapter 4, particularly in Section 46, has given us the liberty to say, look, if your right is about to be infringed, is likely to be infringed, or has been infringed, then don't sit back and sing songs of lamentation, or just like the way we do it in Nigeria, we leave everything in the hands of God and die in silence. So you are to speak out, you are to seek for a redress, either through your lawyer or through organizations that are providing pro bono or free legal services in case of indigent person. So that's just by way of summary. That is the whole import of that Section 46.
All right. Thank you very much, Barrister Joseph, for that wonderful summary of Section 46 of the Constitution. Yes, Nigerian, my brothers and sisters, you've heard the good barrister. Once your right is about, underlying that, about to be infringed. Don't wait till it's been infringed upon. Or okay, if you miss the first step, that okay, you did not see it coming and your right was infringed upon, then do not keep quiet. Take necessary action and seek for redress. That seek for that matter to be addressed immediately, and you can do go about that by going to court and by the court hearing and the necessary proceedings, your case will be answered to and your right will be protected. So that is the essence of that section 46. We'll continue the conversation. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation.
Invitation. Principals and proprietors of public and secondary schools in Nigeria are hereby invited to register 2 of their students for the first national quiz competition on the Nigerian Constitution for secondary schools in Nigeria. Commencement date 1st October 2022. Deadline for registration 15th August 2022. Registration fee free. Venue virtual. Prizes to be won by the 6 best schools include millions of naira, laptops, copies of the Nigerian Constitution, and lots more. Please request a free application form by sending an email to rights.gcsdn@gmail.com or gcsdn@gcsdn.org. You cannot stand for your rights if you don't know your rights. This project. Invitation. Principals and proprietors of public and secondary schools in Nigeria are hereby invited to register 2 of their students for the first national quiz competition on the Nigerian Constitution for secondary schools in Nigeria. Commencement date 1st October 2022. Deadline for registration 15th August 2022. Registration fee free. Venue virtual. Prizes to be won by the 6 best schools include millions of naira, laptops, copies of the Nigerian Constitution, and lots more. Please request a free application form by sending an email to rights.gcsdn@gmail.com or gcsdn@gcsdn.org. You cannot stand for your rights if you don't know your rights. This project is powered by the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria, GCSDN, and the Rescue Me Now Data and Media Limited. Signed, Dr. Edmond Ikeh, Project Administrator.
An order, and hence will like the secondary schools that are registered, that have done their responsibility of registering their schools or government approved this national quiz. Your students will participate in the quiz, and the application opened since last month, and the application continues all the way to August. In August, this quiz. The secondary school student can be quizzed on the content of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 amended. So please share with your friends on the public. Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria have done by sending various ministries of education in all 32 states, and also we've been doing advertisements on different media for people to participate in this quiz, so that our students in secondary schools are familiar with the law of the land and be better citizens for the whole essence of this. So back to the show. Barrister Joseph, you gave us a quick summary of section 46. Give us a quick section 46, and you did mention that you seek redress via the state high court of the High Court. So I think most Nigerians will also be curious: is the state high court the only court But is the state high court the only court to address? What about the magistrate court? What about the customary court? What about the other court system? Can you explain that, elaborate that a little further so that I can understand argument?
Well, for when it comes to the jurisdiction of the court, as in which court has power to hear issue of enforcement of fundamental rights, the position of the law is very clear that it is either the state high court or the federal high court. So if you go to the magistrate court, if you go to any of the area court, or if you go to any of the lower court, perhaps you may find your case thrown out for want of jurisdiction, because the law does not confer jurisdiction on issues of fundamental rights on any other court apart from the high court of the state or the federal high court. And the federal high court has division across all the 36 states of Nigeria, with its headquarters in the Federal Capital Territory. And the state high court has, of course, each state high court has a jurisdiction across every state has a state high court across all the states, including the FCT high courts. So it's a matter of law. It's not a matter of one's opinion, or because the law is very clear that it is either you go to the state high court or the federal high court. And okay. It's like that because most of...
Just to add to that question, so the law is clear that it has to be the state high court and federal high court that have the jurisdiction, right? Okay, what if, because the layman, the ordinary Nigerian may not know that what the law says, and they went to the court that is closest to them. So does that mean when they go to any court close to them, would the court do the needful of saying, okay, we do not have jurisdiction to this court, this is the right court to go to, and this is the address of that court?
Yeah, so the thing is that these are procedures that can be better handled by a professional, you know. That is why it is encouraged that, you know, Dr. Ikeh, I have a problem with most Nigeria, and this is my source of concern and worry. But oftentimes I don't blame them per se, because even we lawyers oftentimes don't also demonstrate the right ethics, the right professional ethics towards our client, to make them understand that, look, the best person you can share your worry or you can share your problem with is the lawyer. So sometimes I don't really blame the persons who have suffered wrong per se. But I think we have come to that point where we should, as citizens, begin to engage professionals on issues, you know. And you are there in the United States of America, you know how there people have personal lawyers, they have private personal doctors and all of that. So those things are quite novel as far as our continent, Africa, is concerned. But of course, we are moving towards just a few elites who are aware of some of these things. So I think it is good for everybody to know that, yes, when issues happen, I will engage a lawyer. And not sometimes, even if you don't have a lawyer to engage, there are organizations, there are agencies in Nigeria that are saddled with those responsibilities. Take, for instance, the Legal Aid Council of Nigeria is one of such agencies of government that provides pro bono services, provide free services, you know, to indigent persons or persons who don't even know where to go to seek redress. So I think it's for people to know that, yes, this, when I have issues, this is where, if I can't find a lawyer, I can approach this agency or I can approach this organization. So this is a gap that we have seen across Nigeria, because up to today, there has been no synchronized synergy between the professional community, that is lawyers, and some of these agencies. So imagine a network that will be able to harmonize all these people together, so that people begin to know that, yes, if I have issue, okay, I can go to Global Coalition for Security and Development Network to get this done, you know, or get my view out there. So I think that is it. But by and large, you can't just walk into a magistrate or where you're this thing, except if you are laying a criminal complaint against somebody, that you can do. But when it comes to enforcement of your fundamental right, then the competent court to approach is the High Court of the state or the Federal High Court. And the most convenient way to do is to engage the services of a lawyer of your choice, whom you trust and you believe in his or her capacity or competence.
All right. Thank you very much, Barrister. All right, I'm going to go to the comment section and see if there's new comment, people asking questions. If you have questions, please, this is your time, type in the question so that the good barrister can answer them, or I can answer them, or both of us can answer the question. Also, share so that more people can join and learn with you. And like the show. The more you like the channel, the more people can view and see what's going on and learn, because I want more people to learn. I want to empower more Nigerians. So please play your part so that we can also keep playing our part and educating more people. Thank you very much. I should continue to do that. Read the comments section now. From what I know, I've read this. Okay, it's me, Chibike. Okay, I know you, Chibike, my brother from my hometown. Good to thank you for joining the show. Channel for Emancipation says, Dr. Edmond, we cannot see your face. Is that still the case? Please comment. If you can see my face, please let me know. Maybe it's during the break when they were trying to play the video. Maybe that was when that happened. I'm not sure. Let's see. Fabulous mother. Say thank you, comrade. Thank you, fabulous mother. Keep being fabulous and keep coming to the show and keep inviting more people to join and ask your questions so that we can. Well, you know, when you ask question and the barrister provide the answer to the question, it helps the concept, the information we're trying to pass, it helps it stick more and help you understand it better. So please do not hesitate to ask questions. And that you have for now. So we're gonna continue with what we're doing. So barrister, thank you for clarifying that. Okay, the courts that we need to go and the best way to engage a lawyer. Yes, and that's very important because we recognize the importance of that here at Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria. That at the initial phase, when we started this series of fundamental rights, we first of all even listed some NGOs in Nigeria. So not just us, not just the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria. They have other NGOs that do pro bono, and they'll have other chambers. Even Falona's chamber also offer some pro bono legal service, and then human rights organizations in other major cities within Nigeria. Lawyers that aim in pro bono service. I will ask people to if you don't have the money. Well, if you have the money, you can always engage any lawyer of your choice, or your personal lawyer, or a lawyer that you can afford. So yeah, but there are pro bono services, and they do work. Don't say, Nigeria, nothing is free in Nigeria. There's no pro bono service. There are pro bono services in Nigeria, and we listed the organizations, but I don't have them on top of my head at the moment. But I know we can always reach us. If you look at the screen, it says stand for your right. Email. You can always, if you have any question about this, your right, or any topic we've covered on this show, you can send us an email at rights.gcsdn at gmail.com, or you can also visit our website. You also see other means to reach us via our website at gcsdn.org. And partner with you, empower, make sure you know the right way, the right tools to fight for your rights as a Nigerian. because we have to keep fighting our right. The more we fight for right, that will help fine-tune our legal system and our judiciary system so that we can keep building a better Nigeria for all of us. So, but if you remain dormant, if you may remain docile, then nothing will be done and the status quo will remain the same. And we don't want the status quo to remain the same. We want to see change, constant change for the betterment of all Nigerians. So that is very important that you know that. All right. So, Barrister, if you read,
yes,
I don't think I wouldn't have much chance to read the whole section 46, but I know the section 46 also mentioned the role of the National Assembly in ensuring our fundamental rights are upheld or respected. So, what is the role? Explain to what is the role of the National Assembly in this case?
Well, Nigeria is signatory to a lot of conventions and treaties, right?
Yes.
There is the treaty on discrimination against women, the Convention on the Right of Children, Convention in 1989. So many of those conventions, both at the continental and at continental and international and regional level. So at the end of the day, the National Assembly has a role in making sure that those conventions, those treaties Nigeria is signatory to are ratified by Section 12 of the Constitution so that our citizens begin to enjoy it. Of course, the National Assembly citizens can also petition to National Assembly to complain about their rights that has been infringed by either via a community or through that is that. So the National Assembly has a role. Like you can complain to the National Assembly through your representative of something that is happening negative to you in your community or to members of your community, and
yeah,
which you call you back, please. So in all of this, the National Assembly has a very huge role to play. One, in terms of ratifying the international treaties and conventions Nigeria is signatory to, that will become the laws that will protect the rights of citizens, maybe as it relates to the welfare of the people or the rights of the people generally. The National Assembly can also take petitions from her citizens on issues of fundamental right breach, and can also resolve them by making appropriate declaration or causing investigations into those issues as they have been doing. Like I did one sometime in 2016 when somebody approached me and I petitioned. I laid the person's complaint through the National Assembly member, and his issue was resolved because investigations were launched into the matter, and at the end of the day, appropriate declarations were made to restore that person back to the normal status quo. So those are just the few roles the National Assembly can play when it comes to enforcement of fundamental rights.
All right, thank you very much. I think I'll read just 3 subsections of this section 46. Okay, I won't do the audience justice if I don't read this section and say, we should have a section. Subsection 1 of section 46. It says any person who alleges this chapter has been.
I'm not hearing you louder, so you can be a bit.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now,
Yeah.
Barrister? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is there any person who alleges that any provision of this chapter has been or likely been infringed, contravened in any state in relation to him apply to a high court in the state or for federal redress? So subject to the provision, the high court shall have original jurisdiction to hear and compulsions to this section, may make such other issue rights, give such directions as may consider appropriate for the purpose direction as may consider appropriate for the purpose of enforcement or securing and enforcing within the state of any right to which the person may make applications. On chapter 4, because the fundamental right is covered in chapter 4. When you hear chapter, think about all the fundamental rights, okay? And then the subsection 3 says, the Chief Justice of Nigeria may make rules with respect to practice and procedure of High Court for the purpose of this section. So the Chief Justice makes the rules in purpose of affecting this section. So we know what happened in Nigeria. Our Chief Justice recently resigned and a new Chief Justice was appointed. So with that being said, I'll yield the floor to the good barrister. Can you please explain the role of the CJN, apart from what the Constitution says? He makes the rules for the procedures. So, and what is the fate of Nigerians when the CJN is corrupt, like or the CJN does not even uphold the laws? So, and how does that affect us?
So,
over to you, barrister.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. I'm asking about the role of the CJN and what.
Yes.
How does it affect us when the CJN does not even uphold the law?
Yeah. So
go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay. So now, like I said in the course of my explanation, right? Yes. The fundamental right is a sui generis subject matter when it comes to in law. Is treated as a unique subject of law, and that is why the Constitution allows the CJN to give appropriate directive or make rules to govern. And the reason is that the philosophy behind that is that fundamental rights are issues or are matters that ordinarily should not be delayed by any court. They are treated with expediency, they are treated with urgency, they are treated with the speed of the life. Imagine if somebody is in custody and he needs to be freed. His freedom is in question, and there is every need for that person to regain his or her freedom. Imagine if such is delayed. Now, because of that, the CJN passed what we call the Fundamental Rights Enforcement Procedure Rule in 2009 to take care of some of these things. And you have just 5 days and 3 days to respond to every application in respect of fundamental rights file. This is to take care of, this is to avoid unnecessary delays. Fundamental rights are supposed to be given accelerated hearing. They are supposed to be given urgent attention. So that's why the CJ is given that power to make such rule, where he feels that no. And oftentimes what we see in practice is that once it's fundamental right, the CJN or the chief judge of that state who has power to assign such a case to a court does not waste time with it at all. So that is one of the, however, we cannot close our eyes to some of the inadequacies on the part of our judicial process in terms of infrastructure decay, in terms of poor justice delivery, in terms of inadequacy in manpower and all of that. These are some of the issues, general issues that are surrounding our judicial system. But however, the essence of fundamental right or fundamental enforcement is that such cases are not delayed by any court of competent jurisdiction. That is high court or the state or the federal high courts.
All right, thank you very much. We're going to take our final break, and when we come back from break, I'll give the floor to the barrister to give his closing remarks. So let's take a quick break.
Register to vote and collect your PVC now. Affliction shall not rise a second time.
That is why we members of Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria, GCSDN, is calling on all Nigerians, irrespective of tribe, religion, and political affiliation, to embrace our new formula known as 23 unto 23, which means you must encourage 23 persons to register for their voters card. Then the 23 persons should get another 23 persons to register too for their PVC. If 23 is multiplied by 23, we shall arrive at 529 voters card. If 189,035 of us do this, we shall have 100 million voters ready gidigba for the 2023 elections. By December 2022, GCSDN shall organize a global online election where we shall all choose the presidential candidate to support in the 2023 elections. We must elect a patriotic and visionary servant, a servant that will put our country and our citizens' rights above his or her personal interests. Oya, let the journey begin.
This message is powered by Prince Ewemade Concourse, PROGCSDN.
I think that the PVC is that it's over and done with. That you do not need to get your PVC because the deadline is June 30th. The deadline of June 30th was lifted because of the court order upon INEC, and also because INEC was willing to extend it. So they are willing to extend it, and there's still a court order. Hence, the deadline has been lifted indefinitely. So there's no deadline at the very moment. You can go out there, register to get your PVC or get new PVC, or go and locate your portals, or go and request for a replacement PVC if you lost previous one, or if your current one is defaced that you cannot read what's written on it. That means you need new PVC. Go for elections. It's important you participate in the voting. Doing trying to your right is going to be useless, because if you don't vote, you have and then we'll continue the cycle of stuff. That is why participating in exercise is very important. at all levels, not just at the federal level. You should vote local government, your watch councils, your government, and on the state level, how this vote for your Federal House of Assembly, House reps, and also your senators to vote for, and then that vote for them, vote at all levels, not just the president. Will have all covered, both government and of all. Will give his closing remark, but network issues not allowing him to come back online. So I think this is where I'll leave you. Please, 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 let me see if there's any comments in the comment section that have. All right, there's no new comments, so please keep when you come next show. And this show wraps up our series on the fundamental rights of Nigerians, which are 14. So we have done from fundamental right number 1, that's right to life, and now to the end, that which is if you feel so that means we started from your first right, which is right to life, and now we end there with section 46, who is telling you that if any of your rights is infringed upon, take action. And the right way to take action is take it to the high court, either the state or federal. And the good barrister says the appropriate way to do it is that engage a lawyer, because the lawyer knows what to do. The lawyer will point you to the right courts because the lawyer knows the system. So please, please take heed of all these things and become a better citizen and become a better representative of your own self in protecting your own right. Your right matters as a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that is why we are here. Over to you, good barrister. Give us your closing remark as we end the show.
Yeah, your right is guaranteed by the Constitution, and where you feel that same is about to, or is likely to, or has been infringed, don't sleep over it. Take action, because for Nigeria to be a better place is for her citizens to rise up to the challenges and overcome them. And one of the ways we can do it is to make sure that the rule of law is properly enthroned. Thank you.
Thank you very much, good barrister. And this is where we end the show tonight. And by next week, Tuesday, we have and this ending of today's show also end our series in fundamental rights of Nigerians. So by next Tuesday, we are actually starting a brand new chapter, a brand new series. And hopefully, we're still contemplating. So hopefully, we may start about the tiers of government or the roles of government, like the legislature, the executive, the branches, the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial. So that may be the direction we'll be taken by next Tuesday, or maybe we'll start from the preamble and talk about even the constitutionality of our constitution, because there is still debate out there. Some people believe that we should scrap our constitution, that it's illegal document. Some people believe that it's a legal document. No. Some people believe that it's okay, we just have to keep amending it. So maybe we'll start with that conversation next Tuesday, or maybe we'll just focus on the branches of government. I don't know yet. So, and the good barrister still his time to beautiful in the law of the land. So what do you say, barrister? Let me get a commitment again right here on this. What do you say?
Thank you so much.
Well, you have a wonderful evening, and I will talk again soon.
So thank you, and do have a nice evening and a good night rest.